This story begins when I was playing for this small club where the owner and coach were the same person. For those who don't know, me and my family are immigrants to the United States from Mexico, therefore, we were in the middle class at the highest in most towns. While this was not exactly what I wanted, this was what they could afford. It all seemed to be going great until things slowly but surely started to fall apart. Firstly, it felt like no matter what I did, I would not feel valued by the coach as a player. As a result, I would receive little to no game time every game and would more often than not find myself sitting on the bench. Honestly, anything more than 10 minutes would feel generous. Things weren't looking that great for the team as a whole either, as most players were looking to leave due to problems we were constantly facing. I won't go in depth into those problems as that's another story. To put it in simple terms, it almost felt like the team wasn't going to exist anymore after the season ended. Despite all this, I wholeheartedly believed I was better than most of those players getting picked over me, and I was not having any of it. I knew I deserved better. When the season finally did end, I was determined to sign for a club that played at a higher level. This was when I created my first football CV and highlight reel. Unfortunately, only one of our matches was recorded last season. Therefore, I had a video that was not even a minute long. I also didn't even use an indicator to make it easier for the coaches watching to tell who I was, as I didn't have any previous knowledge when it came to making a highlight reel. Nevertheless, I sent my CV and video to several coaches who were coaching a team that was my age group at the time. I didn't get a reply from most of them, however, I kept finding more coaches and teams to see if any of them would give me an opportunity. After more than a week of emailing coaches, I managed to secure the first trial I went to that summer. The excitement didn't last long, however, as at the end of the first session, the coach said to me, "I don't think I'm going to sign you." This hurt as I genuinely believed I could have competed for a place in that team. I wasn't ready to give up yet, however, as I continued to email coaches until I eventually secured a trial with yet another club. At the end of the second session with them, the coach told me he didn't want to waste my time by having me be a senior in high school on the bench. I wasn't ready to give up yet, however, as I kept reaching out until I secured trials with more teams. At the end of the first session with one of them, I was told that my style of play did not match the one that they were looking for in a player in my position. I didn't feel too hurt as I knew I still had a chance with another club who already let me go on trial with them. It was such a relief to hear the coach tell me that he would send me the team fees and that I could join next season if it all worked out. Unfortunately, the team was significantly more expensive than my previous one, as this was an organization. They were charging fees that would have been a significant investment for us. My father almost didn't want to pay the fees, however, I was fortunate to have a mother who convinced him to pay them so that I could play competitive youth soccer for one more year. After being rejected by 3 previous clubs, I signed for the famous youth team known as Sting Soccer Club. This felt like a big achievement in itself, however, I knew I didn't want to stop here. I don't know how I knew I was destined for greater things, however, I could just feel it. As I was now playing club soccer at a higher level, I was naturally getting more exposure to college soccer. This was when I decided that was going to be my next objective. I felt fortunate to have supportive parents, and I wasn't going to let them down. I started emailing a ridiculous amount of coaches with a better highlight video, regardless of the situation. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to go to their school, however, I would still email them because I wanted to. On top of emailing a ridiculous amount of coaches, I started going to ID camps and showcases, whether it was with Sting or by myself. It felt amazing to finally get a visit before the end of the calendar year where I got a tour of a university by the coach and even had the choice to commit if I felt I was ready. I even made an appearance on their X account. I didn't take the offer immediately as I was looking to get as many offers as possible before making a decision, and my father didn't seem to like the school very much either. That seemed to be the right approach, as soon after a coach from a school in Kansas reached out to me not long after a showcase I went to with Sting at the beginning of December. After speaking to him on the phone, I proceeded to go on another visit where I got to see the school and even train with the team. To make things even better, my father claims that the school exceeded his expectations. We stayed in touch as we had another recruitment call sometime midweek after the visit. My heart nearly skipped a beat when I heard the coach make me an official offer that even included a scholarship that would have helped contribute to the team fees we paid for the last summer. I didn't take it right away for the same reason, however, after discussing it with my family, I decided that was where I was going to be playing and studying next year. Fast forward to today, and I just completed my first season as an NAIA college soccer player. What I want you to take away from this story is that the truth is only one person needs to believe, and that is you. I was rejected by people who likely didn't believe I could achieve what I went on to achieve. However, I stayed persistent because I still believed. The support was small, but the congratulations was huge. I've had to overcome difficult times and make sacrifices during my football journey, but I can't say it wasn't worth it now. People today have told me that what I've done is remarkable. However, one thing I don't usually say to them that I'm going to say right now is that I'm not finished.